What's up, everybody? I am the Coda, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I actually haven't been able to put videos up of my Let's Plays or one-offs or anything like that, but I am going to keep doing my guitar tutorials and stuff like that until I get a new computer. So, yeah. But in the meantime, I have a 10 video games collection kind of thing going for you. And these are the video games that I've not only played as a kid, but some of these actually came out a long time ago, and some of these came out so recently. So, yeah. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get started. So, the first one is a game that actually just came out October 12th of 2013, and that is Pokemon X. This is a very good game, and I basically grew up on Pokemon. As well, who doesn't? Well, I can't say that. I know people who don't like Pokemon. But either way, Pokemon is awesome, and I like the features in this. You have the Mega Evolution, first of all. That Mega Evolution is amazing, like, seriously. And you have new evolution, you have a new Eevee evolution, actually, and I'm still trying to get my Sylveon, or a little, actually, I don't really care what kind of Eevee evolution I get, but, yeah. But, not only can you choose between the 3 starters in the so-called Kalos region, you can also choose between 3 from the Kanto region as well. So either way, you're having some fun, because it's all got to do with the Mega Evolution thing, which, if you haven't played Pokemon X or Y, I would suggest get it if you can. Then you'll find out all about it and see what happens. But you can also interact with your character as well, because you can change its clothes and all that good stuff. Excuse me. You can change its clothes, change its hairstyle, and you can take it to an actual restaurant and you can dine in and stuff like that, and do like meal battles. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, this is a good game. And number 2 is a PlayStation 2 game. I actually used to play this all the time and enjoy beating it and everything. But Crash Tag Team Racing, really good game, I know. But yeah, Crash Tag Team Racing is actually a very good game. It takes Crash Team Racing and all the other Crash Team Racing games in and puts it with the regular games of Crash Bandicoot and puts it together in this video game, and I like it a lot. And the main thing about it is that you can clash with other cars in order to get into first place, which is kind of a little cheat thing I do sometimes. If I'm like in second place and right behind the person, we're like clash, declash. But yeah, it's a very good game, and the cool thing is that there's mini games you can play. You can unlock like things called a diorama. It's hard to explain those, but it's basically showing ways that Crash could practically like die. But either way, it's still fun. I like it. Number 3 would have to be a recent game, just like Pokemon X, that came out this past 2013. Sonic and All-Stars Transformed, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. I want to get that right. But this is a cool game. You actually can transform from car to plane to boat, depending on what terrain of the track it's in. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. It actually has one of my favorite video game characters, Beat from Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future, but they don't have his Jet Set Radio Future look. It's from the original Jet Set Radio, but we'll talk more about that later. In the meantime, I want to hurry up and move on here. A game that I had beat not too recently, but a little recent, because I love this game. It's really awesome. But Skylanders Giants. Yeah, I beat this game and it was so amazing. And the cool thing about it is that I actually excuse me. That I actually did beat this game quite a few times, and I still would not be tired of playing it. But I haven't played it in a while, and I'll plan on changing that soon because, man, you put little figures on a portal and they come to life in the video game. That's kind of cool to me. It's kind of like gives it a meaning to virtual reality. And let's see, this is number 5. This is a I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. This is a cool game, and you could like actually get all kinds of weapons. You have 3 choices between boots and stuff like that to actually help you get through the game on some parts. And if you haven't played it, I would suggest you play it to be kind of understandable about what I'm telling you, because there's a lot of things to choose from for convenience and stuff. So yeah, but moving on, another GameStop little cover thing, but Crash of the Titans. This game I actually I want to say it's a sequel to Mind Over Mutant. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Mind Over Mutant. I want to say it's a sequel to it, but in some ways it's exactly like that. And I like them, don't get me wrong, but if Mind Over Mutant was to have a sequel, I bet they could take Crash of the Titans and make it a little bit different. Like, the storyline would go further and stuff like that, to see what Cortex or Embryo does and stuff like that. And yeah, and here comes one of my all-time favorite games, which is Tony Hawk's Project 8. This is a great game. Was it worth it? Yes. I actually got the little skateboard that came with it back when I was a sophomore in high school, because I remember this being like the hype of the century and everything. I'm like, oh, I want that so bad for Christmas. That's what my dad got, and like I seriously like I didn't want no one else to play with me. I'm like, no, get off mine. But yeah, it's a really good game too. You can actually I can actually if I wanted to, I would probably speed run through this, like, in any case, but I'd probably do that because, well, it's literally got a few kind of things to actually unwrap, and that's one of them is Nail the Trick mode, which Nail the Trick mode, you have to actually click your analog sticks in order to make the board move, and it's all in slow mo, and it's really fucking awesome. It kind of tripped me out at first, but then I was like, yep, I can do this. But yeah, just go to thp8.com and find out what it's all about. Oh yeah. Now, the next game I actually like a lot, which is it's actually another one of my all-time favorites, and that's Jet Set Radio Future. DJ Bros Gay, baby. But yeah, Jet Set Radio Future, one of my favorites, many all-time favorites, because not only is it rollerblading, but it has to do with graffiti and like biting professionalism, basically, because there's this guy who will try taking over the world by government, and these group of skaters or bladers are standing in his way, and they don't want to bow down to the man. Well, governmental man. And this is actually a two-way game because it has Sega GT 2002, which is actually a pretty cool game, so I guess you could say there's 11 games here. But the main one I'm showcasing is this one right here. Right here. Because not only did Jet Set Radio Future kind of catch my eye, I have actually beaten it a few times too. And still, I would not ever be tired of it, and actually gave me a cool idea for possibly a shirt line, I want to say. But in the meantime, moving on to number 9, which is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. And this is actually a GameCube game that, well, I love GameCube. And the coolest thing is, my favorite thing to do is actually create the skater, create the parks and stuff, which is one of my favorite things to do because, well, dude, why not make a skate park of your own? I mean, I don't know why my voice is getting so tired, but oh well. But yeah, this game is actually really cool. You can create your skater, create your park, and all that stuff. You have all kinds of cheats and everything too. You got big head, gravity board, and stuff like that. No, hoverboard mode. That's what it is. And yeah. And all kinds of people like IGN, GameSpy, GameSpot, and Nintendo Power actually made a comment on it, in which I'm not gonna state these comments to you because, well, I don't care. I love this game. It's an amazing game, and yeah. And the last one of the day is this one. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. Yes, my friends, a great game. You can do destruction bonuses. It separates classic mode from story mode in a really cool way. And you have a couple of old school levels that are from the actual first Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 and 2, which I think is pretty freaking amazing. But in most cases, the cutscenes develop the storyline pretty well as well. And it's a pretty great thing to have, especially since there's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can like throw Mardi Gras beads at these drunk chicks in on Mardi Gras level. You can throw shrimp at lifeguards in Australia. You can throw spray cans at graffiti taggers in Berlin and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty fun. And if you haven't played this game at all, I would suggest playing a cool action sports game because, well, come on. Everyone needs some type of sport in their life. For me, it's action sports. But in the meantime, that is all I have, and well, yeah. So in the meantime, this is the Coda, and I shall see you guys later.